Last year, 61 competitors took on the toughest test of their lives as they try to conquer our 3 rounds of strength and endurance.
And no, he doesn't.
Few came close,
And
none succeeded.
And he's out!
This season, 125 competitors come back to the course to see if they have what it takes to beat it all. Anyone who proves they have the skills to survive all 4 rounds will win 10,000 Robux and the title of Alpha Ninja Warrior Grand Champion. Today we will see the first of 4 groups of our field of 125 competitors take on the qualifiers course on Alpha Island. Only the top players from the group will prove they deserve to be part of the top 40 and move on to the semifinals. One dream, one chance, 10,000 Robux. This is Alpha Ninja Warrior. We're back for Alpha Ninja Warrior, and I'm your host, Alpha VR 370. Today we are going to see our first 31 competitors try out the qualifiers course to see if they can get into the top spots and make up part of our top 40 on the semifinals. Today we're going to see some familiar faces from last season, including Ninja Noah 631, Norwegian, NES5, and the runner-up from last season, Jan FE2 Fan. But we're also going to see some new faces like Yas123451 and the dude who does YT2. For more information on the course, I'm going to go down to the sidelines to tell you how this works. Today, the competitors will have to go through 6 obstacles to reach the buzzer at the very end. The first obstacle is the quintuple steps. The players will have to jump across each of the 5 tilted steps to get to the other side. If you get too low on any of them, you will trip and fall into the water. The second obstacle is the propeller swing. You have to jump onto the first propeller, time your jump to the rope, swing the rope, and then jump onto the second propeller where you have to time your dismount. The third obstacle is the salmon roll. As a horizontal version of the salmon ladder, you have to lock the bar into each of the cradles to roll the cylindrical shape down the track. The fourth obstacle is the rotating bridge. You have to time your footwork and your jump so you don't slide off of this 360-degree rotating bridge. The fifth obstacle is the flying bar by Lyrical Wonders. A modification from last season, you have to time your jumps and landings on each of the 5 cradles to land on the platform. The sixth obstacle is the warped wall, but also with a mega wall. On your first attempt, you can choose to go for the mega wall, and if you get up it in one try, you will earn 100 Robux and hit the buzzer. If you fail the mega wall, you will go to the normal warped wall, but you will only get 2 attempts. However, you do not have to go for the mega wall. If anyone clears the entire course, they will have a guaranteed ticket into the semifinals. However, if less than 10 people clear the entire course, then the rest of the spots will be determined by how far the players got and when they failed that obstacle, indicated by the red lines. We will start with warped wall fails and go in reverse order. Our first runner at the start line is Imagine_Hack LOL1. He's wearing a pretty nice Brazil soccer jersey, I believe. So maybe he can kick the course. He's off right now. He's on the quintuple steps going really low, but he fell on that second quintuple step, just couldn't get a jump out, and I hope we see him next season. Next up is Ninjboy 4000. He actually competed last season on Alpha Ninja Warrior, but he made it to the semifinals and then got knocked out on the quintuple steps, where a surprising amount of people did as well. So hopefully today he can get his redemption on the quintuple steps and maybe even make it to the buzzer. He's on the course right now. He's hesitating quite a bit, but he made the first jump. Oh man, but he's down. It looks like on that second step, I think he just got too low, to be honest. But he didn't get his redemption on the quintuple steps. Maybe he will next season. Next up is our first walk-on, Gamer1222B. I don't know anything about this guy, so I'm actually really excited to see how he does. Our last two competitors failed on the quintuple steps, so hopefully he can be the first to get past it. Waves to the camera. Good luck, dude. Alright. He's going across pretty quickly, actually. And he's the first person to get through. He's onto the propeller swing. Let's see how he does here. Oh, whoa! He got a decent amount of speed, but it looks like he just aimed incorrectly. So maybe that time will hold up, but I just doubt it. Next up is Wolf Ninja 4758. He's really excited to be here, and he has some reasons why, and he wants to do his best.
Hello, my name is Wolf Ninja 4758. This is my submission video for Alpha Ninja Warrior Season 2. This will be my first competition I'll be competing in, so I hope I try my best and get far.
That's crazy though. His first competition is Alpha Ninja Warrior. I like that. Starting it off right. But he's off onto the course. He's onto the quintuple steps, doing the jumping technique. We saw that last season. It seems to work pretty well. He's going kind of slow, but he makes it through nonetheless. He's onto the propeller swing. Okay, he's really taking his time to get onto the propeller. He's swinging. He's sideways. Oh, but he's down. I think what happened was he just couldn't get a jump because he was sliding off. But maybe we'll see him next season. I hope it holds up. Next up is Zen the 3. I don't know much about this guy either, but maybe he'll get far. Doing a little dance at the start. Hopefully that'll bring him some good luck. Let's see if he can boogie his way to the buzzer. He's on the quintuple steps. He got really low on that first step, but he's surprising me. He's doing pretty well, actually. And now he's onto a propeller swing. Alright, with a little bit of lag. But he's onto the rope. Can he get to that same propeller? But he pushes too much and he didn't go on the side of the rope, so he got caught up in the back and he just slid off with no slope. So maybe that will be good enough, but if not, I hope I see him next season. Next up is the dude who does YT2. From what I've heard, he sounds pretty recognizable by some of his friends. He seems to be pretty enjoyable, so let's see if he can enjoy his way to the buzzer. The countdown is off and he's onto the quintuple steps. He's going low and he's going pretty fast. So it's looking promising. If he can just keep up this pace, he might have a pretty good time if he gets far. But he just aimed very horribly to the rope, just way too late. So it was a pretty good time, so maybe it'll hold up and he can qualify. After that, even more people had a struggle with the propeller swing, especially with just trying to get to the rope. Even Nail Dog, the owner of Dog Ninja Warrior, couldn't get it. But it was also swinging to the second propeller as well that gave people trouble. And even Cartest couldn't do it. Next up is CRZ6211. We still have not seen anyone get past the propeller swing. I'm hoping someone does really soon, and I'm hoping someone clears the course pretty soon. That'd be pretty nice to see. But I don't know anything about this guy, but he's wearing a Bengals jersey, so he must like football. The countdown goes off. He's onto the quintuple steps. He's doing the jump technique, but he's not taking too much time on this, so that's definitely a good approach. You don't want to go too slow, because if you happen to not clear, you might be screwed over. But you see his control with the rope, and he got it! He's the first person onto the salmon roll. Alright, let's see how he does this. Oh! Wait, what happened there? Let's check the replay. If you look at the clip, whenever he rolls it, he hits that top rung and then he just got sideways and he fell into the drink. Next up is the one and only Abil. So far, he has a basketball jersey. We've seen a lot of sport uniforms. We saw a soccer one, we saw a football one, and now here's a basketball one. Looks like these people are really into sports, but he's onto the quintuple steps, doing the jumping technique. It's always the way to go for most of these people. It does take up a little bit of time, but it seems to usually work. But he's onto the propeller swing pretty fast, but barely missed on the aim, causing him to come just short of the rope, and he is down. Next up is Yas1234551. He's the host of a pretty popular comp. It's called Yasuke. Personally, I enjoy it, so I hope he does well. He's also an ice cream suit, so I love that as well. Ice cream sandwiches are the best. And he's off, and now he's onto the quintuple steps. A little bit of lag, but he's doing some weird sideways technique. It worked, so gotta give him credit for that. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Aimed correctly. Now he's onto the rope. Going on the sides when needed. And went very slow on that second one. He's onto the salmon roll. See, can he get this jump? He does. That's a pretty difficult one to get, so that's good. That's great for him. But now he's rolling. And he overshot on that last jump. So GG's to Yas. Let's see if that holds up. Next up is Jackson Chid Gamer. He's the host of Lazy Ninja Warrior, where he uses free models to make a course. It's actually pretty interesting. Well, good luck to Jackson.
Hello everyone, my name is Jackson Chid Gamer. I'm a rookie here on Alpha Ninja Warrior. My recent history in comps is progressively getting better, and hopefully this tournament is the one I finally break out on. A few other things about me is I compete in IRL Ninja tournaments, and I host the tournament Lazy Ninja Warrior. I think I've put in a good amount of practice for this course, and I'm here to show what I'm capable of. Finally, I would like to say good luck to everyone else competing in this competition.
That's really cool. He's a Roblox ninja and he's an IRL ninja, so he should be pretty good at today's course. He might be familiar with a lot of obstacles as he just breezes through the quintuple steps. However, I don't think he's ever seen a propeller swing before. He goes very fast, but very excellent control throughout the entire obstacle. Whoa, barely landing on the platform, but he's on to salmon roll. Okay, very nice. You know, still with that same amount of control, and he's the first person on the rotating bridge. Hesitating a little bit. And he just misjudged the landing. He was completely off, but that was a pretty good run, so hopefully he gets into the semifinals. Next up is Doggy Samario. Man, that's a little bit weird to pronounce. Try it yourself. But he's wearing a noob skin. I don't know anything about this person, so maybe he can wahoo his way to the buzzer. But he's off, and he's onto the quintuple steps. Making very nice work through them. And now he's onto the propeller swing. By going really slow, so he has to be accurate, but he just jumped too early. GG's to Doggy Zamario. Next up is Ethan Lee 241000. Rocking that shirt. I think that's a binary sunset. That's pretty awesome. Let's see how he does on the course, however. And he's off. He's onto the quintuple steps. Alright. Some hesitation in between each step, but he got through nonetheless. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Alright, going very slow on this obstacle. He has to time it almost perfectly, but he just couldn't do that, and he's down into the water. GG's to Ethan. I don't think that'll be able to be held up. Next up is Hello Yellow. Let's see how he does. He's competed in a few minis on this competition, but I think he did somewhat alright, so he might have a good shot. We have had a lot of people fail on the propeller swing, so if he gets past that, I think he'll be pretty alright. But he's onto the quintuple steps. He's trying to line himself up. Not too hesitant, but he's just lining himself up. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Not too fast, but not too slow either. Oh, getting a little bit of speed, but it looks like it works. Alright, that was a weird technique on the rope, but nonetheless, he got it. He's onto the salmon roll. Okay, he's rolling. Very good so far. And he got it. Now he's on the rotating bridge. Oh, but he absolutely just goes too far on the right side, and it was just too late for him to adjust, and he went down into the water. Next up is Aiden Plays 19291. He's rocking a chef hat, and he's grooving on the start line. Maybe getting himself some good vibes for the course. It's definitely not treated anyone well today, but he's off. He's on to the quintuple steps, going very fast actually, taking no breaks on the steps, and he's onto the propeller swing. How's he going to do on here? A little bit of speed, it's nice, but he just aims very slightly off, and that's all it takes on that obstacle, but he's down into the water. Next up is Football is Cool, another sports uniform. This is crazy. I think this is like the fourth one so far today, and the second football one. But he has a helmet this time, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if he can tackle the course. And he's off onto the quintuple steps. A little bit of hesitation on each step, but not too much. And now he's onto the propeller swing. Alright, going on the left side, but way too much swing, just way too much fling, and he is down into the water. Next up is NES Ninja 5. He competed last season, and he made it all the way to the grand finals, failing on stage 1 on the third obstacle. So I think he has a lot of potential today, and I think he can get very far in this season's competition.
Hi, I'm NES Ninja 5. I've been in the Roblox Ninja community since 2018. Last season on Alpha Ninja Warrior, I got the fastest time in my qualifying episode. However, I failed in the semifinals on the warp wall. I got to attempt the grand finals when a competitor dropped out, and I failed on the double dipper. This season, I'm worried about the qualifying course, but I'm going to try my best. I hope you enjoy my run.
That's awesome though. He's just gonna try his best and see what happens. I think that's what Alpha Ninja Warrior is about, so that's awesome. But he's on the quintuple steps, he's hesitating on each step, but if he can get past the propeller swing, I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay, very nice on the rope. Now he just has to get to the propeller. Very nice. Now he's onto the salmon roll. Alright. Not too much of a problem, but he's in no man's land. He better roll it. Okay, never mind. Alright, not too bad, but he doesn't want to... Oh, and he's down! He lost the momentum on the cylinder, and he fell into the water, but overall, not too bad of a run. Next up is Bacon Boy Man WR wearing the Santa hat, so Merry Christmas to him, and he's off onto the course. Jingle all the way, dude. Lining up each jump on the quintuple step, nice approach to it, very nice and consistent jumps. Now he's onto the propeller swing, deciding which one to take. He takes the right one, but just way too late. Personally, I think he should have taken another swing, but he just jumped way too late. Next up is Cool Kid 0011 as a walk-on, another one of our walk-ons. So I'm excited to see him run. Let's see his skills on today's course. And he's off onto the quintuple steps, jumping on the sides. That's probably the best way to do it. Jumping off and landing on the sides, because there are no stuns there. Going on the left side, pretty quick. He just has to time it. And from what it looked like, it was just a bit too early, so Cool Kid goes down. Next up is Cyber King Alt. He competed last season on Alpha Ninja Warrior, but unfortunately, he went out on the quintuple steps in the qualifiers. But he says he's going to get his redemption on the course, so let's see if he can. And also, he said he's going to be competing on American Ninja Warrior 15 as Alex Brandstetter. So this would be pretty good practice. So he's off on the quintuple steps and he's onto the propeller swing. How's he going to do? Oh my gosh, just way too fast, and he couldn't even jump off of it. That's how fast he went. But he's down into the water, and maybe that time will hold up. Next up is 20 Ronaldo 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ronaldo competed last season, but however, he fell on the swing grab in qualifiers. So I think Ronaldo's looking for redemption, and I hope he gets it. And he's off onto the quintuple steps, doing the jumping technique, but he's going really fast. That is awesome. Now he's onto the propeller swing. Very nice, right onto the rope. Oh, huge swing, almost overshot. But Ronaldo got it. Now he's onto the salmon roll. Oh, almost went over, but barely caught it. Oh, almost fell again. But he got it. Now he's on the rotating bridge. This is the furthest that Ronaldo has gone. Oh my gosh, saved it. And now Ronaldo's on the flying bar. Ronaldo could clear. Oh, but overshot that first jump, and Ronaldo is in the water. But however, that was a very good time, and I think Ronaldo can qualify. Next up is Norwegian. As you might know, he made it to grand finals last season and timed out on the Warts Wall of stage 1. He thinks he has a lot more potential, so I think he's trying to get even further this season. But today he is not wearing his typical outfit with a pot on his head. He's wearing a Santa outfit. So let's see if he can ho 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 to the buzzer. He's onto the quintuple steps, doing the jumping technique, but with barely any stop at all. Very quick through that, but he took a little bit of a stop. Now he's onto the propeller swing. All right, kind of fast, but he was able to control it well enough. Very nice. Now he's on to the salmon roll. How's he going to do on this? Okay, a bit rocky, but not too bad. Okay, kind of stopped the momentum, but he recovered, and now he's onto the rotating bridge. Oh, kind of close. Close calls, but he got it. Now he's onto flying bar. Can he do it? First jump, and overshoots it just like Ronaldo. But I think that just like Ronaldo, I think he can qualify nonetheless. Now our second to last runner is Ninja Noah 631. Last season, he made it all the way to the second to last obstacle of stage 1, failing on the spin bridge. But he said last year, he wasn't even trying.
My name's Ninja Float, and I'm ready to get my vengeance and attack this
High
course.
road. That means he has to do spin bridge pretty quickly. First one. He stumbled again. Can he get over? That's one. It looks like he's struggling big time. I don't think he'll be able to do it. And he's...
Crosswalks and crossed hearts and
see some vengeance, and the buzzer has gone off. Let's see if Float can really get his redemption on this course. I believe in qualifiers he did not clear, so I think that's what he's looking to do today. So far, he's not doing too bad, and now he's on the salmon roll with a pretty decent time, actually. Okay, keeping it up. Oh, lost the momentum. Better recover it. Okay, he's in borderline. Oh, he saved it! Oh my gosh, an amazing recovery. It could have been horrendous disaster, but he's onto rotating bridge, and he got it. Very nice footwork through it. Now he's on to flying bar. No one has beaten this today. Oh, barely got it. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Dismount! And he got it! He's on to warped wall. He's going for the regular. Can he do it? He got it! Float is our very first clear. Congratulations. I definitely think he got his vengeance on the course. Congratulations to Float. He is guaranteed to go to the semifinals. Our final runner is the runner-up of last season, Jan FE2 Fan. He might have gotten second place overall, but this season, he's looking for much more. With 40 seconds left on the clock, Jan is on to Spider Walk with a little bit of a hesitation, but let's see if he can do it. He made the first traverse. He only has one more, and he goes down. He just came up too short.
Hello everyone, my name is Jan FE2 Fan. I'm basically the runner-up of Season 1. For some reason. Anyways, I've been doing pretty good at this course because I did some practice runs which ended up of me clearing. My worries for this course is probably the salmon roll and flying bar, but I think I can beat it easily. Anyways, good luck to me and the competitors who's gonna run this season.
Well, good luck to Jan FE2 Fan. I'm excited to see how he does. Maybe he can keep up the legacy. But right now in 10th place is Clay 45379, and he made it to the propeller swing with 7.426. Jan was not even close to that time, which means now he has to beat the obstacle. Otherwise, Jan will not be in the top 10. If he does beat it, Clay won't. And Jan has beaten it, which means Jan FE2 Fan is going to the semifinals. Clay 45379, however, is not. So GG's to him. But now I think we're just seeing if Jan can clear and maybe even go for the mega wall. He's onto the rotating bridge and he got it. Now he's on the flying bar. It's looking pretty good for him. Can he clear? That's 1. Very nice. 2, 3, 1 more. 4. Dismount. And he got it. Second person to get to warped wall. Is he going for it? I think he is. He's making up his mind. He's going for the mega wall. If he gets it, that's 100 Robux. Ah, but he missed it. So now he will get 2 tries on the normal warped wall. Good try, however. But he's still cleared, which means that's a guaranteed spot to the semifinals. Congratulations to Jan FE2 Fan, starting his second season off right. And here are the results. Coming in first is Ninja Noah 631, clearing with a minute 7.741. Right behind was Jan FE2 Fan, clearing with a minute 26. Coming in third was 20 Ronaldo, failing flying bar with 45.587. Fourth was Norwegian, failing flying bar at 47.077 seconds. Fifth was Hello Yellow, failing the rotating bridge at 38.358 seconds. Sixth was Jackson Chid Gaming, also failing rotating bridge with 41.108. 7th was Yas12345 failing salmon roll with 20.53 seconds. 8th was CRZ6211 failing salmon roll with 21.552 seconds. 9th was NES Ninja 5 failing salmon roll with 26.069 seconds. And bringing up the rear is the dude who does YT2 failing the propeller swing with 7.35 seconds. That is it for today's episode. On behalf of everyone competing on this course, I will see y'all next time. Coming up on the next episode of Alpha Ninja Warrior, we will see our second group of 31 competitors run, including competitors like Blue Tides Roblox, DJ Dilly, and Cyrus08 UK.